I truly think now this is a bit conspiracy, right? But this is what I'm all about. I think the UK do want people to self isolate, but they just don't want to have to say it. Hello all, hello all. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Whichever one suits you, grab all of it and enjoy. I'm RanSACK. I started something yesterday called Twitter Peaks. I hope that, well, Twitter Pics, I think that's the actual name of it. But I started something called Twitter Pics yesterday, and I enjoyed it so much I want to do it again today. So on the agenda for today's Twitter Pics, I have two main things that I want to talk about. I have two. So today I woke up out of my slumber and read this on Twitter. Thousands of travellers rushed back to the UK to beat the new quarantine deadline. Off first glance, it'd be like, okay, well, why is everyone rushing? What's the new quarantine deadline? Let me go on. The government announced late on Thursday, the 14th of August, that all people arriving in the UK from France would need to self-isolate for 14 days from 4 a.m. on August 15th. Thousands of holidaymakers raced to return from France in a bid to avoid quarantine. Other countries that are involved that are also included in this rule are the Netherlands, Monaco, Malta, Turks, Cooks Islands, and other places. So let's nail down what that says, right? So the government have announced on the 14th of August that if you're not back in the UK by the 15th of August at 4 a.m., you will be subjected to do a 14-day self-isolation. Yes. So if we do a quick math on that, they have given people wait, is it more or less? They're giving people around about 12 hours to get back into the UK or have to do a 14-day isolation. See, let's break this apart. So I agree, if you're returning from a country, especially if that country has a higher infection rate, yes, you should have to do a self-isolation for 14 days. But what I thoroughly disagree with and really question and really just concerned about the UK strategy is their announcements. How are you going to announce the night before that if you're not back by 4 a.m., you have to do a 14-day isolation? How? What do you want people to do? So what we have seen people do is people that have driven, let's say they've driven to like France, they've driven like 12 hours, they could pay for the ferry, they've just been informed of this, and if they have kids or they have to go into work, they have to turn back, because not everyone can work from home, which means not everyone can, enjoy their holiday and then do a nice 14-day isolation. Students, students that are part of families, if you don't return by the 15th at 4 a.m., no matter how long you spend in France or wherever you are, they may encroach on the start of school and being able to go in because you're meant to be self-isolating. And I just don't get why the government feel like that's okay to announce a couple hours before the deadline. Why couldn't you announce this on Wednesday? Why not give people at least a full day to get back to the UK? Because all this has done is encourage people, not even encourage, but force people to now all clamour to the airports and the Eurostar and the ferry docks, all to try and get back to the UK by a certain time. So what this means, we now have a high concentration of people in a enclosed area that we wouldn't have faced before, all scrambling to get back in the UK. Tell me how that makes sense. What strategy is that? Why couldn't this be announced a couple of days earlier? If people knew that they do a 14-day quarantine, maybe not as many people would go. But what I would say, which is quite interesting, is that apparently the speed in which people are leaving the UK to go on holiday has not changed. I don't know what that says about the UK population, but That's the truth. People trying to get back, but equal amount of people trying to get in. So let's see. I mean, it's a thing of, I guess it's a thing of privilege. Like, if you know you can go on holiday for a week in France and then a self isolation means you're just at home working anyway, sure, why not go? Why not have a little break? But for some that have to do go into office, like even like what our chancellor is saying is ready. I don't want to pronounce his name wrong. He's talking about everyone needs to go back to work so Pratt can get back to bouncing and stuff. And I'm just like, it's a thing of privilege. Like, some people just have to infect themselves to be part of society, where some people can just stay at home and work from home. And this applies with the whole sudden isolation thing. If you return back from France, like if you can work from home, you have the ability to go on holiday. You have the ability to go on holiday. If you don't, if you have to go into office, it becomes irresponsible. Especially in the time of recession, you don't want to give anyone any reason to try and fire you or get rid of you during a recession, right? So you want to be back in office when everyone else is in office. It just sets up a trap. Like, I can't believe that this is not more of a strategy. I truly think, now this is a bit conspiracy, right? But this is what I'm all about. I think the UK do want people to self isolate, but they just don't want to have to say it, right? So they've put in impossible conditions that make people have to do it. That's my opinion. That's how I feel. I can only say that I am disappointed but not shocked by this disgustingly short deadline. It fits in with the whole government's MO so far. That's all I have to say on that issue. Next one. Um, Now, Katy Perry's ex-husband, who I believe he broke up with her during through a text. This guy. So yes, Russel Brand. Now very famous for his social commentaries and political commentaries. Um, he has published a video on YouTube. That's what he kind of does now. Um, Debating whether the WAP video starring Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion is a feminist masterpiece or porn. Um, and it's kind of been an uproar. Kind of been like a couple people that's been like, "What are you saying? What do you want? Like, what are you commenting on?" I think, off first glance, the main issue is that it's just another man talking about women's freedom, right? Liberation. And of course, it's important that men are involved in the conversation, but it's not for you to dictate. It's not for you to decide or analyze, right? Women should be able to decide whether they think it's a feminine masterpiece or whether they think it's porn. And if they want it to be porn, then that's what they want it to be. So, um, I'm going to read a couple of my favourite tweets because where I stand on this is I don't think that video is I don't think that video target market is men or to aim to sexualize women. If I'm honest, I do think there's a problem with sexualizing women in music videos. I've seen throughout all genres of music, but this video, I don't think it's that. Um, I think it's I think this is what I truly think, if anything, it's a very liberating song for women within their sexuality. I don't know. For me, I don't know if we should be encouraging women to be hoes. I think it should be a thing of, if you are a hoe, that's you. Congratulations. That doesn't mean you're any less than anyone else. But that's what the song kind of does for me. What's that line? There's some hoes in this house. They're just stating the truth. They're just stating the truth, and they're not being ashamed of it. And I just don't think that video is there to I don't think that video is there to not insult, even what to just demoralize women. A couple of my favorite tweets from G at one of those faces. She writes, "Not Russell Brand building his entire career on being a shagger and then turning around to say that's only when I do it. She ain't lying. Another person, Deborah, at Deborah FW. I don't want to be taught feminism by Russel Brand, but I look forward to Louis C.K.'s thoughts on why Beyonce is getting it all wrong. Get in there, Deborah. And there's some beautiful gifs, and I think there's a lot of like social commentary on it as well. I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think? First of all, I want to hear things. What do you think of that video? Do you think it's a feminine masterpiece? Do you think it's a sliver of porn, or and what do you think about Russell Brand commenting on it? He's a social commentary person. Is he within his right, or do you think he's once again another male crossed over into a female space? I'm gonna leave it there for today. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.